How you doing out there, folks? Yes, it's me, Frankie, the unknown songwriter. I decided to take a break now from, miming all those songs. I noticed I did get a couple of comments. I usually discuss the comments, and I didn't really like it in a sense because I've got so many songs out there. They're saying, well, what are you doing? Miming songs? Well, do you have your own? You're a songwriter? I said, yeah. I contacted them back. I said, yeah. Look me up on YouTube and you'll see it, but I got so many songs that I'm miming that my songs, I haven't been doing them recently, any of my songs. So I'm going to do 8 songs here, mine, the ones I wrote over 40 years ago. It's on a Tin Pan Alley label, 45 RPM, and I had this company do 8 of my songs. So they did 4, 2 on each record. Now, I don't know if these records now, just the records alone, since they're over 40 years old, could be a collector's item. Someone who collects memorabilia might be interested in the records. Forget about the songs. Someone might be like one of the songs. If you do, just contact me through YouTube or Twitter. Just leave a comment or something, and I'll get back to you. Because really, I'm not. If anybody's interested in one of these songs, there's not be no charge. But I'm not. If one person wanted "The Spirit in Every Man," that's one of the titles. Fine, I'll give you permission to use it for whatever you want to do. Explain to me and all, but I wouldn't give it to somebody else. I don't want a conflict of interest. So I would give you maybe a time period, maybe a month or so. If you don't do anything, I'll have to say that's it. Let somebody else try or something, but you tell me what you want to do with it. If someone just wants to make one of these songs their own, well, we could work a deal out. Because then I won't have nothing to do with it. I give you a price, and that's it. I have nothing to do with it anymore. I did the lyrics, but as far as anything happened with the song, it's all yours. If you made a hit out of it, was a million seller, I get nothing. I might want my name listed, as the lyricist, but other than that, no. Now, if we make a deal, another kind of deal, say that, I give you the song, you say you want to do new music and you want to do all that, fine. You get it out there and money starts coming in, any money that, it cost you, you take that money off the top and then we split the difference. I'd probably rather just do a deal with someone who might want to buy one of the songs. Now there's 8 songs. I might give not much more money to take all 8. Because I feel better if one person had all of them. So whatever kind of deal. If someone just wants to buy the records just as a collector's item, fine. It won't be much of a problem there. They're not hard to ship or anything. I covered it pretty good. I'm going to cover it as I go along, but I think now it's time. I'm going to play "The Spirit in Every Man" by the Melodiers. That was a group that was contracted with Tin Pan Alley. So I'm going to try to do this. I don't know how it's going to come out. I've got too many things here right now. Let's see. Start the record.
choir. You hope that you'll have a future for hire. Spirit in every man is what makes him try as hard as he can. Do what you do best, and he won't have to worry about the rest. Finish what you began, to prove there's a spirit in every man. Inside us all, there's that little something that makes us tick. Oh, it lets us decide what we want to pick. That's the spirit in every man that makes them try. Oh, as hard as he can. On the outside, how do you bring me up here? But on the inside, to keep what is dear. Even when things look bleak, oh, you should continue on. 'Cause success comes to the strong, not the weak. Yeah, the spirit in every man is what makes him try as hard as he can. After you've achieved your goal, well, you know that you could win anymore. 'Cause of the spirit in every man. Oh, the spirit in every man. Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's side one. The spirit in every man. So you hear the lyrics? Now, they're not dated or anything. So that's what I say. And they use that group, the Melodiers. They're contracted singers. They have nothing to do with this deal we make. Nothing to do with it at all. Now, the next song on the other side of this is Don't Let Yourself Go to Pot. Now, I'm going to let you know before you listen to it, it has nothing to do with marijuana. Nothing at all. This title came about because we were discussing this, me and Marie, and we always said about marijuana was like, it was a big deal then, over 40 years ago. You could get in a lot of trouble. And so why don't you write a song about it? Because I was growing plants and all, and she said, you could get in a lot of trouble over this. So what about writing a song? Because she always, I always thought I could write a song about anything. So I said, okay, don't let yourself go to pot. But this has nothing to do with that. That's an expression, but what it has is that if exercise and all, keep yourself in shape, nobody should let themselves go to pot. It means like a pot belly, out of shape. That's what it means. So let's see here. Let me see about this. Okay, I have it already set up. I'm going to get ready to, let you see the record. Now let me try this. Make sure I don't mess this up.
Perfection. Don't let yourself go to pot. Whether you're rich or whether you're not, remember you're as young as you feel. That's why you should give yourself a better deal. Look at your appearance every day and decide you want to stay that way. Don't let yourself go to pot. If you like to run, getting into shape ought to be fun. Don't let yourself go to pot, whether you're rich or you're not. If you want to be happy in the world, stay and enjoy yourself at work or play. Keep the new you on your mind. Leave your old self far behind. Don't let yourself go to pot, whether you're rich, whether you're not, whether you're a man or a woman or child, or a person who is just mild. It's up to you to decide what you're gonna use as your guide. Don't let yourself go to pot, whether you're rich or whether you're not. Just as the climate changes throughout the year, you should use your time, get yourself in gear. It doesn't make any difference whether it's cold or whether it's hot, as long as you don't let yourself go to pot.
See, I don't think on that song that when they did it, by the title, I don't think they got it. You notice that singer? Sounds like he's a little bit high. You notice that? Well, you heard it. Now, a song like that, to somebody that has one of these health fitness places right now, that'd be a good song to play. If you're encouraging people to get into shape and all, don't let themselves go to pot. So that song there might be interested for somebody. Now I have to set this up now. Let's see, what's the next one going to be? I have so much stuff here. We'll do, okay, let's do that. Okay, the next song is going to be There's a Heaven in the Sky Above. It's a song that title, everybody thinks that there's a heaven in the sky above. So I was discussing this with Marie. We both go to church and we believe in God, and also she asked me, do you believe there's a heaven in the sky above? I said, well, Marie, I think we go to church and everything, the Bible, it's in the Bible and all. And you know what's below. We don't want to go there. So that's how this title came about. Another discussion that we had, years ago. And I come up with it, that title. Okay, let's try it. There's a heaven in the sky above.
On this earth to live and love, and sometimes even need a shout. But if you learn to swallow your pride, you'll be able to live with your neighbor side by side. 'Cause there's a heaven in the sky above, and there's much more to love than just love. No matter how much you earn, there's always plenty to learn. As the days and nights go by, we never question why. 'Cause we know there's a heaven in the sky above. People have backs and people have heads, what really matters is how you live your life before you walk through the pearly gates. Ain't it heaven in the sky above? They say that earth is round, and it doesn't matter if you are bound, no matter who you are. And every time you look at a star, you know there's a heaven in the sky above. And there's much more to life than just love. In these days of fast-paced living, doesn't seem to matter the love you give in. If you care, you want to share in the heaven in the sky above. Springtime brings flowers and birds sing a song, and then you know that you will belong to the heaven and the sky above. and there's much more to life than love. There's just much more to life than love. There's just much more to life than love.
Now, that was kind of catchy. That wasn't bad. That particular, demo of this. I've had that song, a lot of my songs done in all kind of music. That's a good gospel song. It could be any kind of song, but you see there, it's a pop music song, the way they did it. Again, this is the group, the Melodiers. You hear the lead singer. It is a group. So, let me see, I turn this over. Now, the next song is, next title, The World's at Your Feet. That's kind of, I came up with that because they say you have opportunity and all, that the world's at your feet, that everybody has a chance, to succeed. So it's kind of a play on words. The world's at your feet every time you walk down the street. Now, these are demos, remember that. I'll explain a little bit more at the end, but I'm trying to get through the songs as fast as I can. So this is The World's at Your Feet.
When you're young, you don't realize how tough life is unless you've had several tries. Because the world's at your feet every time you walk down the street. If your problems are getting you down, now it's time to stop messing around. If you're having trouble making ends meet, remember that the world's at your feet. No matter what color your face, we all belong to the human race. Every now and then you should reflect on the things you might neglect. Because the world's at your feet every time you walk down the street. The sky is blue, the grass is green, and there's lots of things you haven't seen. From morning on to night, you wonder if you're doing what's right. Because the world's at your feet every time you walk down the street. From coast to coast, everyone should make the most. If you don't think your job is the best, then you should make another test. Because the world's at your feet every time you walk down the street. The stars, moon, and sun have been there since the end of time begun. We should not complain about the wind and rain. Because the world's at your feet every time you walk down the street.
So how'd you like that? Not bad, huh? Well, I mean, these titles, like I said, they have some meaning to them, It's not like I just decide to write a title. So, again, that's 4 already. So, we'll see. I'm going to keep track of all this, because... Okay, what was the next one going to be? Okay. That one. It's called We All Have God on Our Side. So it's a religion song, gospel song, whatever. It could be in any music, like I say. If you just because of this music, you don't have to have this music. So, well, let me start it up and see.
nothing to hide. No matter how young or how old, only God knows your life will unfold. If we use the scriptures as a guide, then we'll go far and wide. We all have God on our side, and there should be nothing to hide. Once you found that special feeling within, now you know it's time for you to begin. Temptation will always be there, but it's up to you to be aware. We all have God on our side, and there should be nothing to hide. Once we leave this earth, where we go depends on our work. The best way to prepare for this trip is to believe even on what you can't get a grip. If you want God on your side, you must remember not to give up, no matter how hard, you try.
Okay, how do you like that one? We all have God on our side. Yeah, I like the beginning, of it. From every church and every steeple, the door is always open to all the people. It's encouraging people to go to church and believe in God and all that. So, like I said, the meaning's there, but could you really tell if it was written 40 years ago or now? Not really. The things that I wrote about then is still the same now. Again, like a lot of the songs that I've been miming, they're the same. You couldn't really tell. By the singer or maybe the title that you knew was old, yeah, that way you could tell. Okay, so now I think we better go. I'm trying to speed this up as much as I can. Okay, now, let's see, the next one. Your smile is my reward. I wrote this song for my wife over 40 years ago. Because I would come home, and no matter, how things were going, she would always like everything. Oh, Frankie, look thanks for bringing the dinner. Whatever I brought, special. Oh, thank you. And she would be smiling and all, and that's like a reward for everything I did, while we were together. So that's where I come up with that. These titles, they have some meaning. Okay, let's go for it here.
Life is shared together, it only better and better. If we try to understand one another, then we won't have to look for another. Your smile is my reward, 'cause you're the one I've always adored. You are something special to me, and that's the way it should always be. I like to see you dressed in lace, but I'd rather see a smile on your face. Your smile is my reward, 'cause you're the one I've always adored. It's not flowers that you bring, but instead it's my thoughts of you in spring. Even though the weather may be cold, as long as we're together, we can but I'm there wherever I have you. I'll always be my heart. Your smile is my reward. For sure the world I restore. When we go out on the town, I wanna make you happy, so you don't feel down. When we're having a good time, I can tell by your action that you're in your prime. Your smile is my reward. For sure the world I adore. When I'm around, I never fall. 'Cause your smile is my reward.
Okay, how'd you like that one, huh? That's the 6th one. There's still 2 to go. Yeah, I thought I would do this because it seems like, I don't know, I get that feeling. Because of, all the songs I've been miming. I've done all these already. I didn't want to do it now because I'm miming so many songs. I said I don't want to do it. I want you to hear the song. Let's see, now we're coming down to, let's see, Marie, My Baby. I guess you can tell by that title. I wrote that for my wife. Because she's always liking my songs, and she's the one that called me the unknown songwriter. Because nobody knew about the songs but her. So, this is the way I felt about her, when we first met. But it could be, you could change the title. Could have put Mary, My Baby, or anything. A lot of songs have Marie in the title, so that's not unusual. So, well, let's see how this come out.
She gives them a smile, she makes it worth their while. 'Cause that's Marie, my baby. She got what it takes. I know, 'cause I have to put on the brakes. From the sparkle in her eyes to the last goodbyes, if she would ever leave me, that would bring on the cries. From the top of her head to the bottom of her feet, you'll never find anyone as sweet as Marie, my baby. With a curl in her hair and a personality beyond compare. She's bright and out of sight. Matter what she wears, she always gets the stares. Just as the darkness signifies the night, and the daytime gives you the light. I never let my girl out of sight, because that's Marie, oh my baby. Whether sunny or rainy, oh windy or cold, there's a girl who is always quite bold. You know I my baby.
Well, how'd you like that one, huh? Well, that was, like I said, it could be anybody's name. But the lyrics, again, it tells a story about us and all. So, now, the last but not least, huh? This one, Saint Nick's the name. You figured I have to have a Christmas song, right? Well, let's see. This title, it's around Christmas time, over 40 years ago. I'm decorating an apartment. Marie says, Frankie, you ever think of writing a song about Saint Nick? I said, well, yeah, that's a possibility, yeah. I said, yeah, it's possible, because, you know, I always, like I said, told her I could write a song about anything, and she said, well, you know, he was the patron saint of the kids, you know, and there's songs with Saint Nick in the title. I said, you know what, I think Saint Nick's the name. And that's how I came up with it, you know, and then the title was Saint Nick's the name that we all know well. And he comes around every Christmas while we sing Noel, Noel. That's not in this version, but Noel, get it? N-O-E-L, Noel. Or K-N-O-W-W-E-L-L, Noel. That's all right. I mean, you could change anything you want. If you were going to redo it, I know it's only a little less than a month to Christmas. I don't know if anybody wanted to do that song now, but anything's possible, you know. There's nothing really to do. The lyrics is done already. If you want to, you know, make your own version with your voice, well, you'd have a Christmas song. And let me start it up here.
Because he makes the hearts of boys and girls glow. Saint Nick's the name, and at Christmas time he gets his fame. Tinsel lights and all the decorations make beautiful sights. From city to city and town to town, they're all waiting for one man to come around. Saint Nick's the name, and at Christmas time he gets his fame. From the North Pole he comes every year, and at Christmas time he'll always appear, even on the coldest day. There's only one name you have to say. Saint Nick's the name, and at Christmas time he gets his fame on that eve of that special day. Children can't wait till he pulls up in his sleigh, and when it makes his famous ride, everyone will be asleep inside. Saint Nick's the name, and at Christmas time he gets his fame. After he's come and gone, everyone wakes up about dawn. And when you see what you got, you're glad it wasn't little, and sad that it wasn't a lot. If the children are good, if they're not, they have themselves to blame. Because they didn't remember that St. Nick's their name.
There it is. That's the last one. 8 songs now. You heard them all. And the only thing, you can always go back on this video and listen to them again. So if you're interested in any one of them, just contact me. You know how, in the comments of YouTube or Twitter. Tweet me. I mean, there's a possibility. I did this, like I said, because it seemed like there's doubters out there that I'm a songwriter. You think, does that prove it or not? I showed you the records. 45 RPM records. And I played you the songs and all. So, I mean, I have other, plus I have the sheet music for all these songs. There's 4 records, a song on each side. The sheet music the same way. 4 sheet music, a song on each side. So that'll be for the lyrics, but I don't know if you want to use this music. You could play music and it'll sound just like this and use your own voice. You could do that with this music. Now, did you notice the St. Nick's the name? Did you notice the music or not? Secret Agent, man. That's what it sounds like. St. Nick's the name. I don't know why they did that. It's alright. It still sounded good. You could hear the lyrics and all. But what am I going to do with that company when I did it all, when I got all the records? The way they put one on each side, didn't matter which title, they put. Because they're both, I wrote them all, so it doesn't really matter. Now, you probably wonder why, when all these records, I had hundreds of records of this, I still have, copies. I must have copies because I held one on the screen here while I played the same title. So I got all the records after this was done. This was in July 1980. Oh, boxes of records. And, I said to myself, well, I got 4 records I can send out. They also gave me a list of radio stations and singers looking for material and record companies. So I decided to send out 4 records to these disc jockeys, right? So I did like 10 a day. 10 different ones, that'd be 40 records. So I did 10. And then I put a note in. I printed up a note. It would be appreciated if they could play it, on air, and you can keep the records, whatever. You don't need to return them. I have my phone number and all. I did this about a month. It took me to send out about 400 records altogether. Like 10 a day. I would go to the post office and I would mail them out. It didn't cost too much. It was 4 records. They're not that heavy. So I didn't hear nothing. I said in my area too, but they didn't play it. The disc jockeys that I could hear. I don't want to do it. They were doing it. They used to do that. That's how they called it payola. You would pay the disc jockey, and he would play it. He didn't care. He made some extra money, And they called it payola. You're paying him to play. Remember Victrola back in the day when you play the records? It was a Victrola. That's where they got the Ola, payola. So I didn't want to get involved with that, but it so happened, after I did all this, I got a phone call. I think it was in Atlanta, Georgia. Oh, Frank. He said, oh, yes. He said, I'm this jockey here at the station, and I got your records. Thanks for sending them in. I will play them, but I do charge a fee for that. I said, well, what is the fee? He says, $400, and I will play all you, since you have 4 records. I will play them at least a couple times a day for the whole month. So it's not a bad price. But because I sent so many out, I told the guy, come to someone else's, they're playing them, and I didn't pay them, and I get something to answer from them. He said, it's no problem. If you got my number, right? Just use the number that I just called you on. If you're interested, all you have to do is make it out to my name, and then mail it to me, the check, and put $400, and then as soon as I receive the check, I'll play it. If you decide to do it, wait a while, see what happens. I'll keep the records here at the studio. And I said, oh, okay. I appreciate you calling me and all that. And that was it. $400. I guess, it might have did something, 8 songs. He's going to play them every day for about a month. So I didn't do it. I didn't want to get involved with that. But that's what these records were for. So many that I got. So I did that, but that didn't work out. So I just let it go, at that time. I did all this, and I still have these records. Now, if someone collects records, 45s, all kind of records, you don't have these. That's for sure. You could have a record by Connie Francis, 45 or anybody, but you won't have these. So if you want it for a collection, well, you don't need to just contact me now. You can buy 4 of these records with a song on each side, and I wouldn't charge much for that. Just the fact that you wanted, I have a few extra copies, I could do that if someone's interested. So keep that in mind. But again, now you heard all the songs. Like I said, I have sheet music and all for them. So that part is done. If you wanted to remaster it and use the same singer and everything, or maybe put a track in with you singing, it's possible. I'm going to go along with pretty much anything, at this time. So again, like if you liked any one of the songs, let me know. Maybe the Christmas song, even though, like I said, right now, it's still a month to go. It's already done. You can still put it out there. But I started on this a while ago, but nobody's answering me, so I got carried away with miming all those songs that I just didn't bother with this. But I started getting a couple of comments about, like, am I really a songwriter? Because I was miming all those songs, that I've been doing. I mimed these too already. About a while ago, months ago, before I started doing all these singers that I've been doing. That's why I didn't do it now, because I figured it's too much of this miming. Now I'm doing duets. Now I even did karaoke. I'm doing all these things because of it. As soon as I get a comment, that's why I'm doing this now, because of a comment. I didn't really like it that much because I am not a phony, anything like that. I'm like, when am I going to get out of it and saying I'm Frankie the Unknown Songwriter? Must it be unknown, or you wouldn't be asking me to show what songs that I wrote. That's why, but you heard them all now. You can listen to them again anytime you want. I figure I've done this a few times with these 45s. It's hard to set it up here for me, the way I'm sitting here in a chair and I'm playing records and I'm doing this video. But I'm glad to do it, and I hope you enjoyed all the songs. Now, I'll just go over this one more time. Anybody's interested in any one of the songs and want to make it your own, fine. We'll work a deal, and I can guarantee it won't be that much. Whatever's the going rate, I'm not going to let you have it for $1, but it's got to be, a pretty good offer. Now, if you wanted all 8 songs, it probably wouldn't be much more money. I would just charge a little bit more money. And that way you could have all 8, do what you want. You'd have it for collection. You'd also have songs that you could either sing yourself or put new music to it, whatever you want to do. But once I do a deal like that, well, I'm out. So whatever you do, it's all yours. That's all I can say. I'm out completely. Even though I'd be glad for it. If you had made a hit out of one of the songs, I'd be glad, because I couldn't do it. But I'm getting too old for that now. I can sing a little bit now. I thought about trying to make a comeback and do the singing of the songs, but I'm just not. I guess the interest is not there now. Like when I was younger, I did take singing lessons and all. Figure singer-songwriter, but I knew I wasn't going to be that good. So, like these contracted singers, I want to mention it. All the companies have them, and they pay them, but they have nothing to do with these songs. Once they were paid and all, that's it. They can't sing these songs on their own. And even now, if they're over 40 years, if I wanted to use, or you wanted to use one of these, one of these demos just the way it is and remaster it and put it out there as a new release, they really can't do nothing. Because I have contracts for that. They're out of it. They have nothing to do with it. They can't come forward now. They're in their 70s or 80s and say, oh, well, they think they should get some money or something. Not going to happen, because I become owner of the music and the lyrics, of course, once I had them do the music. So just keep it all in mind. Again, I hope you enjoyed this presentation, and if you're interested, you know how to contact me. And again, I want to thank everybody that's left me comments and viewed my videos and viewed this video and videos that I may make in the future. I thank you. And have a great day.